So look at the cops. Look at the background. Remember the other day when I did the video, showed the rainbows on Fox News? Exact same colors, yellow and purple. Okay, this is all coded stuff. But I want you to understand that here's how it's a double cross. If what I think they're trying to do is a double setup, because you hear people, and this is the first time that you've seen this, in riots trying to stop the riot. Those people were placed there to plant the seed in the head that we all got to get along. And the only way we're going to stop this kind of behavior is if we all pull together, black and white. It's a great idea. Unfortunately, that will never work here. Not because they're black or white. It's because of what this place is. Okay? Because this place is filled with too many fucking egos. It will never work right. The ego is not a bad thing. The ego is the thing that keeps you alive in your everyday driving to work and deciding who you're going to be affiliated with or whatever. But it's the ego of I'm better than you or whatever. There will never be a utopia here because this place is a faction of hell. So because of that, is it a lost cause? Well, yes and no. It's a game, so to speak. So here's the game. Force everybody through their own consent. Listen to what I'm saying. Force everybody through their own consent to come together, as Ronald Reagan said, to fight a common enemy. Okay? Ronald Reagan did that in one of his presidential speeches. He said, imagine if there was somebody out in outer space and we had to bind together in the world and we put all these petty differences aside. This is the game, see? This is create the chaos, sit back, let it happen, and then offer a solution. So now you're seeing people starting to offer a solution, but they're paid lackeys telling you, oh, we all got to get along. The only way we're going to stop martial law is if we all get along and we have to police ourselves. See, but this is it's all still in control of the people that are, or the being or beings that run this place. It's a great deception. You just have to understand that these guys are working steps ahead. Yeah, if the world could get along and everybody could work a job and take home a decent paycheck and have value and have a family that was moralistic, like these fake TV shows we see from the 50s, it would be what a wonderful world it really truly would be. Unfortunately, that don't go on here. Okay? I showed you in the Bible where it says that the man of lawlessness will act in accordance with the way that Satan works. Well, if it's Saturn, it's the Alpha and the Omega. It's the beginning and the end of the cycle. There's an interesting scripture that says, peace, peace. Just when you think you have peace, suddenly destruction falls upon you. Now, that's more directed against Israel, but it would be everybody in general. This is a scam. This whole thing is a scam. It's a setup. Since when do the cops let people throw bricks at them and the mayor tells people, go ahead and let them burn shit down? See, it's so ludicrous. They're hoping that people stand up and say, what the fuck is this? We got to take this back ourselves. It's a great idea. Unfortunately, it's another setup. I mean, I like that black guy talking. That guy was like the black me. He wanted to go down there and shoot the fuckers in the faces. But you got to understand, this thing goes way deeper than just people saying, I don't care if you're black or white. This is a real serious thing, and you can tell by the colors. I've been trying to show you guys this. The colors don't lie. The colors are telling you who's in control of all of this. It's a language all unto itself. And when you see the colors, it doesn't matter what words are being spoken here or what the title is. You know the truth and where it's coming from. It's obvious where this is coming from, and it's not here. And when I say here, it's not coming from the hearts of men. It's coming from something far more evil than that. So just understand. I mean, it's there. It's for you to see. It's interesting how they got the cops here and they got the protesters here, and then you have this grid. See this grid here? Isn't that interesting the way that that's set up? So reminiscent of science. These are gravity and density waves. It's like, it's being played out on an atomic level, yet you're seeing it happening with riots. You just have to look at it, but you have to live as a human, because this same story is working on a lower level, and it's working on a higher level. It ain't just happening here, because it isn't just happening here. I'm not going to get too involved in that, but don't get polarized by this shit, because that's the other thing. Don't hate the powers that be, and don't gravitate toward one side or the other. This is the bitch of it all, because you want to, because in your heart you feel that you need to do the right thing and say the right thing, as you've been taught. But the fact of the matter is this stuff is designed to draw you in. I'm trying to show you that through the colors and the symbology, it's all scripted. So that gives you some freedom. The truth shall set you free. You'll know that it isn't true, that this stuff isn't just happening willy-nilly, that it's constructed and it's designed to draw you in. There's nothing wrong with being a human and having emotions and feeling bad about stuff, but don't get sucked in. Just wave your hand at it and walk by the TV or whatever. I mean, don't get into discussions with people about it, because they're not going to get it. They want you to pick a side. Back, I've said in many videos, you're going to have to choose a side. But what I meant is, Jesus said it himself. You can't you can't serve two masters. You can't do it. Basically, you have to just fucking push yourself away from all of this crap and just say whatever. Really, that's all you can do, because you're being drawn to one side or the other. Imagine that you're an atom. I'll try and make this easy. And on two sides, there's two magnets. Okay? One's the red pillar, one's the blue pillar. One's a red magnet, one's a blue magnet. Those two oppose each other. You can't force them together, because they will always repel each other. So you're in between. Both of these magnets have a field around them that's trying to draw you. Okay? On this level, it appears to you that it's a choice between right and wrong. On a lower level, or an atomic level, it's which one of these am I more magnetized to? You follow me? So you have to override this in your head, and this is all of what Jesus was speaking about not getting involved in worldly things, because they don't matter. Yes, food and clothing and eating and that stuff is important. But this type of stuff, they're trying to polarize you right now with this type of stuff. You watch these videos and you get enraged, and then you want to go down and do something. You're creating an energy, and you're bonding. You're bonding. These colors don't lie. You've seen them. I've showed you over and over and over again. No matter what bullshit they pull, no matter what it is that they come up with, supernatural, whatever, understand it's to polarize you, to get you to join one side or the other. Don't, because it's called freedom at point zero. It's staying exactly in the middle. Remember, I told you Jesus did all the wrong things for all the right reasons. When you do the wrong things for the right reasons, it puts you in the center of the two. And that stupid thing, 50 Shades of Grey, that wasn't a fuck book. It was a book of debauchery. And why was it 50 Shades of Grey? What does that mean? When something is questionable and you're basing things on a black and white, yes and no, there's always a thing called a gray area. So 50 Shades of Grey would allow you to become more and more perverse, yet it's still a gray area. And all that book was about fucking perversion and debauchery. So yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. It's their way of saying, no, it's okay. Fuck off a little bit more. Fuck off a little bit. No problem. Go ahead. Be who you're going to be. Or, as Aleister Crowley said, do what thou wilt. Do what thou will. It doesn't work that way. You're going to pay for that shit. So, kind of understand what this picture. Imagine these are magnets, and these guys are polarized on this side, and the other guys are polarized on this side, and you got to walk this line right down the middle. You notice nobody's there, right? Nobody's there. They're all on the other side. Two sides of these magnets. This side wants you to be sucked up over here. This side over here wants you to be sucked up over here. But Jesus, like Jesus said, the truth lies in the middle.